All right. So the last two, let's just spend like a minute or two on each of these.
Yeah, and then, for number seven here, these are just common mistakes within USCIS and immigration law in general. It's not particular to EB-5, right? There's form revisions that come out all the time, and not only are there form revisions, sometimes USCIS is just changing one word of one question on a form, and so just having an attorney that is not only experienced but knows that USCIS can pull these antics from time to time is really key because, yeah, just one word can change the wording of an entire question, change it from a positive answer to a negative answer. And so you want to have an attorney who's careful enough to make sure that that's the case. They're using the most recent versions of the form. They're not filing an older version that could get rejected. Um, and that they're putting the applications together in a clear and concise manner. I've seen applications where attorneys just submitted all the supporting documentation with no attorney cover letter or narrative explaining the source of funds. And realistically, that doesn't give the officers a roadmap to understand the source of funds and ultimately adjudicate that application, leading to either delays, a tough RFE, or even a denial if they can't see everything that they want to see right up front. So you want to find an attorney that's going to make the job easy for USCIS, not put them on a treasure hunt. If you do notice, and again, everyone makes mistakes, it does happen. You do notice that you've missed a document or something was omitted from the application that you meant to submit, or even if you have an interfiling, right? Let's say you've done a partial investment and you now need to update the file. Having an attorney who's done that before, knows the mechanism for doing an interfiling and making sure that those documents are properly received so you don't get a tough RFE, it's incredibly valuable. It's incredibly valuable in someone that you want to, something that you definitely want to make sure that your attorney has done before if you're going to be pursuing that path. And then, yeah, I think the final thing is just keeping track of every letter and communication from USCIS. We get a lot of them, right? And everything from RFEs to notice of intent to deny. Sometimes none of those things. Sometimes the USCIS will sometimes just call or email a very quick document that they need to the attorney, and having an attorney that responds very quickly and is able to kind of get everything that the government needs in an efficient manner, it's a recipe for success for your EB-5 case. And then we talked a little bit about changes that are constantly happening in EB-5. Probably the most recent of this case law portion would be the Buttoneni case versus Mayorkas, which basically clarified the path of funds for EB-5 investors. A lot of attorneys will still use this as a guideline more so than a rule, but it does help advocate for some source and path of funds that previously might have flown under the radar and not been okay. And now a lot of attorneys would say, okay, this actually looks very similar to what we saw in Buttoneni. Let's go ahead and include that case law in the filing just to give you that extra layer of comfort. So I think this is probably the biggest thing, is having an experienced attorney who is abreast of current issues, current case law, current decisions, and knows not only that that's happened, but also how to apply it to your case. And that only comes with experience, that only comes with practice, and that only comes with a willingness to stay kind of updated on all current issues and knowing what's going on in the industry and in the courts overall.